Hey folks, let's be honest. How many times have you seen the same vacation pics? Cancun resorts, Punta Cana beaches, the same Eiffel Tower photo in Paris, maybe even a cruise shot tossed in. It's not that they're bad, but maybe, just maybe, you want to be ahead of the curve. Find something a little more off-grid, somewhere real. So today we're giving you exactly that. We're counting down the 10 countries to visit before they blow up. And these aren't your average tourist traps. These are countries full of soul, character, and stories, places that haven't been flooded with thousands of selfie takers. And we'll be listing them alphabetically, no good to best. We'll also be giving you tips, local gems, and exactly why now is the perfect time to go. Kicking things off at number 10 is Albania. If you've ever dreamed of that Mediterranean vibe without the crowds or the prices, welcome to Albania. Start with Gasamo. It's got that clear turquoise water, quiet beaches, and grilled seafood served fresh from the sea. It feels like a slice of Greece before Instagram found it. Paddle between tiny inlets or just kick back with a cold drink under a palm umbrella. And then there's Berat, the city of 1,000 windows. Picture old white Ottoman-era houses stacked on a hillside with a medieval castle keeping watch above. Inside that castle, families still live there, and the views, pure magic. Tirana, the capital, is full of life. Think painted buildings, buzzing cafes, and art on every corner. It's not trying to be anything, it just is. The former communist block buildings now explode with color and street art. Albania is opening up fast, but for now, you can explore its coastlines, hike its peaks, and taste the food without fighting for a reservation. Go in May or September. Fewer crowds, perfect weather, English is common with younger locals, and the prices are a breath of fresh air. At number 9 is Armenia. Armenia is one of those places that lives in your memory long after you leave. It's ancient, it's layered, and it's full of spirit. Start in Yerevan, the pink city. It's got wide boulevards, mountain views, and rhythm all its own. Climb the Cascade Steps at golden hour, you'll thank us. Head out to Gayard Monastery, carved right into the rock. Visit Garni Temple, the only Greco-Roman columned structure in the region. And always look for Mount Ararat in the distance. It's practically mythological. And the food? Lavash pulled from clay ovens, grilled meats, fresh herbs, walnuts, and pomegranates in everything. Simple, fresh, unforgettable. Meals are big, long, and filled with toast to life and family. Prices are low. The people are warm, and it still feels untouched. Visit in spring or early fall and learn to say Shurakaludian, which means thank you. It'll open doors. At number 8 is Azerbaijan. If you like your cities futuristic and your landscapes ancient, Azerbaijan's got you covered. Baku is something else. Glass skyscrapers, historic walls, and the Caspian Sea all in one view. Walk the flame towers at night, then step into the old city where stone walls whisper Silk Road stories. And then there's Yanar Deg, a hill that's been on fire for decades. Seriously. And Gobustan has mud volcanoes and cave drawings older than history. Food here blends east and west. Think saffron rice, lamb stuffed with dried fruits, and hot tea poured from a samovar with a cube of sugar. Azerbaijan is growing fast, but it hasn't gone mainstream yet. Spring and fall are best, and knowing a little bit of Russian or Azerbaijani will earn you real smiles. Coming in at number 7 is Greenland. Greenland is for travelers who want the edge of the map. In Ilulissat, you'll see icebergs the size of buildings drift by. In winter, the aurora swirls overhead. In summer, the sun never sets. You'll get around by boat, sled, or small plane. And every trip feels like an expedition. Local Inuit communities welcome you with open arms, and silence here is sacred. This is the kind of place where you sip coffee on a fjord and spot a humpback whale, where you'll eat musk ox stew in a warm wooden cabin as snow blankets the world outside. New airports are making Greenland more reachable, but it's still wildly remote. Dress warm, pack light, and bring your sense of wonder. At number 6 is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is big, like really big, and packed with surprises. Almaty is the cultural hub. Snowy mountains out one window, green parks and markets out the other. Big Almaty Lake and Shirin Canyon are both an easy drive and completely jaw-dropping. Estonia, briefly named Nur Sultan, but now back to its original name, is a city of bold designs and futuristic flair. Think space-age towers and mega malls with indoor beaches. Kazakh hospitality is legendary. Expect to be offered tea, bread, and sweets the moment you arrive anywhere. Budget airlines are arriving and the government's pushing tourism hard, but it's still early. May to October is perfect. Bring translation tools and say yes when someone offers you tea. Landing at number 5 is Moldova. If you want to say, I went there before anyone else, Moldova is your place. Mleshti Michi has over 100 miles of underground wine tunnels. Yes, wine tunnels. Craiova is just as surreal. In Chisinau, you'll find leafy parks, old Soviet buildings, and babushkas selling pastries on street corners. Moldova moves slowly, and that's its charm. Try the placenta, savory pastries filled with cheese, potatoes, or sour cherries. Wash it down with homemade wine, poured generously. It's peaceful, budget-friendly, and full of old-world magic. Go in September for wine festivals, and be ready to unplug. Wi-Fi is spotty, but connection is real. At number 4 is Nicaragua. Nicaragua is the most adventurous country you haven't booked yet. In Granada, pastel buildings and horse-drawn carriages meet street markets and colonial plazas. San Juan del Sur has waves for days and sunsets that feel personal. Then there's Cerro Negro. You hike up a black volcano and sled down it. Yes, sled. On volcanic ash. It's wild. And let's not forget Ometepe, an island formed by 2 volcanoes in the middle of Lake Nicaragua. It's quiet, green, and full of howler monkeys and hammock naps. Local food? Try vigorin, a mix of yuca, crispy pork, and cabbage salad. It's the kind of meal that hits all the right notes after a long hike. It's bouncing back, and the welcome is genuine. Visit in dry season, brush up on basic Spanish, and be ready for magic. Coming in at number 3 is Panama. Panama is where skyscrapers meet jungle. In Panama City, you've got rooftop bars with skyline views. A few steps away, Casco Viejo, full of cobblestone charm and old world flavor. Then there's the San Blas Islands, crystal clear water, soft sand, and no resorts, just local Guna communities sharing their piece of paradise. Up in Boquete, it's all about cool mountain air, coffee farms, and misty hikes. Digital nomads are discovering it, but it's still low-key enough to feel personal. US dollars work here. Dry season is best, and don't leave without trying fresh ceviche. At number 2 is Qatar. Qatar is old school culture wrapped in modern shine. Doha looks like it was designed for the future. Skyscrapers gleam over the bay, and Souk Waqif smells like spices, food, and slow-cooked meat. Visit the Museum of Islamic Art, then go dune bashing at the inland sea. Ride camels, drink sweet tea, and fall asleep under the stars. The World Cup put Qatar on the map, but it's just getting started. November to March is ideal. Dress respectfully, smile often, and enjoy one of the safest countries on earth. And last but definitely not least, at number 1 is Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is like a dream. Blue domes, ancient mosques, and markets full of color. Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khiva are Silk Road royalty. Walk their streets and you'll hear whispers of caravans and conquerors. Eat plov, sip tea in a chaikhana, and say Rahmat, which means thank you, or Assalamu alaikum. It's a warm, respectful greeting that goes a long way. The food is hearty and flavorful. Kebabs, savory stews, and endless cups of tea. Meals are social events often shared with neighbors or curious strangers. High-speed trains, relaxed visas, and it's still relatively quiet. Go in spring or fall, stay in a guest house, and don't be surprised if strangers invite you in for tea. Alright folks, there you go. 10 countries to visit before they blow up with tourists. Thanks for watching, and safe travels.